Hello everyone, Juicebags here, and welcome back to some more Dungeon Defenders Eternity and the Nightmare mode. Now we left off here on Servants' Quarters, and we are starting this map up on our EV, as we're going to need to lay down some walls right away. We're going to use walls, buff beams, some monk auras, and some apprentice towers on this build. It's important for the walls on this one, as there are quite a few enemy archers on this map, and lots of sneaky little holes where they can shoot through at your crystal. And of course, we don't want anybody shooting at the crystal, so you're going to need to start off on your EV right out of the gates and get some walls laid down to help remedy that problem. Let's quickly get some mana gathered up here. Where are you at? Oh, you're over there. Alright, now for beginners, we're going to want to put a 1 DU reflective wall right here in this opening. What the hell? There we go. And then we're going to get a long one in right here. Now this particular wall, it's real important that you get it up as close into here as you can, as you don't want any baddies shooting through this little angle right here. And it actually appears that I don't have it close enough. There is still a slight angle, but I think that will be tight enough where we're going to survive through it. And then another big 3D reflective right there. And let's hop on Mr. Monk. Now your aura placement on this one is going to vary depending on your aura range. So we are going to start off, I think I'm going to be able to get auras like right here. I'm using the old weapon swapping tactic. Although my main weapon doesn't have a ton of range on it. It is a few hundred, so it helps out quite a bit there. And then we want to get some more auras, just another aura stack right here near this crystal. And it appears I'm not going to have enough mana, so I need to run and grab another chest here. See, there should be one right here, yep. Only, what, 12 seconds left, so I don't really have enough time to switch over to a DPS character. Or maybe I do. Let's try it out. There we go. I got the switch just in time. If you can get switched over to your damage dealing character in Wave 1, it will help things out, as there's some archers and some various mobs that just want to hang back and shoot at your crystal, and you're gonna have to take those out manually. So of course, if you're swinging at it with your monk, that's gonna take a little longer. Now it's more of an irritation than anything else. It's not really crucial that you get your damage dealer out. You see we've got all those archers back there just firing away into that reflective shield, and they're not going to come down because as far as they're concerned, they have line of sight on your crystal and they're just going to shoot it. So we're just going to go on up and take those guys out manually. And it says we got 6 left, so I'm assuming we got some more archers down here. And there we go. So wave 1 complete, and that's really, to be honest, is probably the toughest part of this map, is getting your timing down for wave 1. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and bust out your apprentice to get some apprentice towers laid down. Now we're going to go with 2 DSTs right over in this corner. The DSTs, of course, are just perfect for shooting through walls and such, so we're going to use them. Now let's see. We want to go, I think, right about there. The reason we're putting them in this corner is the ridiculous range of those DSTs will help you out with mobs coming out of other entrances as well. So we got those 2 laid down. Let's get another 2 right here. Now these 2 DSTs, you're going to want to angle them so that one of them is going to be lined up to go down this hallway to the left here, and then the other one you want lined up off of the hallway with that reflective shield. And that's going to cover a nice bit of ground for you. Now you see we've got 14 left, so let's get let's bust out our EV for some buff beams and get these auras and DSTs really juiced up so they're able to make it happen. Let's get down to this one first. The blinding light of that aura there can be a little irritating if you stack it too closely, but whatever. Just a little 4D buff beam covers those auras and both of those DSTs. So we're in good shape there. And that's leaving us with 10 points left. One more buff beam. And that's going to drop us down to 6. Now, you can really do whatever you want with those 6 points. One thing that seems to be helpful, if you had a fireball tower or magic missiles maybe right here that covered these two entrances, that would seem to help out. But with 6 DU left, I think I'm going to take the magic missile route. So let's bust old homie back out and get some more apprentice towers down. The magic missile towers, of course, are going to allow us to get 2 more towers up, which is nice. So I'm going to put one, say right there. That's going to cover both of those hallways pretty nicely. And then, what do we want to do over here? Maybe another over here? These guys, of course, I'm not really as concerned with getting them buffed. See, I've got nothing coming up this entrance, but those auras have kind of pretty ridiculous range on that entrance. So I'm not super worried about that side. You know what? Why don't we put it over here? That's going to help out with anything that's coming out of this entrance, as there will be quite a few mobs coming through this entrance right here. So I'm going to go ahead and bust out my damage dealer again, and let's get this thing started. We're wave 5 of 7 now, so we're past the halfway mark. Really have had no issues so far. It's been a piece of cake. You do want to watch this entrance, as you don't have a tower guarding that, and you're relying 100% on your auras, which, like I said, they're going right up to the entrance, so that's not really too big of a concern there. The auras should cover that hallway if you're putting them over in that corner here, as I did. Going well. I'm just going to try not to do too much damage to them, and I am going to do some repairing if need be, but I'm not going to upgrade anything. Just as, you know, I want everybody to see that this can be done with this strategy in a, you know, relatively mediocre set of gear. You know, as long as your primary stats are over the 2K mark, you're going to be able to handle things here, no problems. These magic missiles are just wrecking faces there. I almost should have put the DSTs lined up a little further to the left here, because they're chewing it up too. Here I said that I wasn't going to do any damage, and I did it anyway. But whatever. Alright, so nothing really to upgrade or to repair since I'm not doing the upgrades, so we're just going to go ahead and continue on. Now, you will have some ogres in these later waves, and there are ogres that come out of this entrance as well. So you're going to want to pay attention to them and make sure that your Rs are handling things. You may have to get your damage dealer in the mix a little bit there to help things out. This magic missile tower is just blazing them up in that hallway too. Lots and lots of flashy lights. This map can be very, very easy or very, very tricky, depending on your strat. And really, you can do a lot of different things as long as you get these reflective walls in place, as all these archers will make your day pretty miserable if you don't have the reflex up there blocking all those projectiles coming in. Oh, and we got some buggy mobs. Some skywalkers there. So everything down that hallway has been chewed up by the auras. And we're looking pretty good. You know what, as flashy as this light is here, just for the rest of this tutorial, I am going to turn off post-processing. And that will make it a little less painful to look at. Still pretty bright right there. I've got mixed emotions on the post-processing. I'd like to see, you know, something going on. And I think a lot of the textures, for the most part, look a little bit nicer with the post-processing turned off. But just the lines, like the outlines of the various textures and features. Go ahead and get things started. Just don't look as sharp with post-processing off. Now, when I play on my tablet, I do play on my NVIDIA Shield as well. When I play on the tablet, I always turn post-processing off, and it helps extend the battery life a little bit on that tablet. God dang it, I did it again. I'm so used to just shooting them up when need be. But right now, I don't really want to put up a lot of damage. Let's see how this ogre's going to do here. It looks like he's getting chewed up. I put this reflective shield here mainly for the ogres, as they do like to send their projectiles down at you. Which, of course, they're going to hit your crystal and do some damage to it, and we want to keep that crystal intact. So this is wave 7, just 150-ish mobs left. So, making plenty of progress here. And you see those DSTs are rocking the house, just wrecking up everything that comes through. Excited to move on. From here, the maps get a little bit more interesting. This particular map is probably my least favorite of all of them. Just because, I don't even know why. It just is. You know, I've always liked the larger maps a little bit more. This one, of course, is really tiny with all these hallways and such, so makes it a little bit more difficult to get everything squared away. Or not necessarily more difficult, just more annoying. But anyway, there is Servants' Quarters on Nightmare in Dungeon Defender's Eternity. Check back soon. As I mentioned, I'm going to be doing all of the Nightmare maps with a guide right here on the channel. So swing back often, and there will be more DDE coming soon. Thanks again.